Hello, Libra. Thank you so much, as always, you guys, for being here. Okay, Libra, so looking at your last week of November, you pulled Her Last Day in the Light, Acceptance, and Transform. So this is a tower moment, but this is all about getting you out of the darkness. It says, prepare for change. If you are currently in the darkness and the soul is weary and aching, take hope, as you will soon emerge into the light again. And then you have acceptance, where we're talking about needing to accept parts of yourself that were criticized, is what I feel like. So it says, am I assessing myself accurately, or am I distorting my reality in a self-defeating way? Can I simply accept myself? And this is about new ways of seeing yourself, embracing imperfections, and feeling incomplete or selling yourself short. So because of transform and then looking at this like tower moment, I think that something may be happening here unexpected that's going to cause some changes for you, where parts of yourself may have been like suppressed, because this is almost like being criticized for something that wasn't wrong with you in the first place. Now, transform. So very much like the Death card, we're talking about something taking place that's causing transformation within you. It says, can you feel the importance of what is happening for you? You are in a phase where just about anything is possible. To achieve transformation, you must really think it is possible. Believing in yourself and in your abilities is the key to creating the change being shown to you. But it has to do with accepting a part of yourself that I feel like, was criticized. Now, that's only going to be for some of you. For those of you who are having a hard time, accepting your perceived flaws, something is going to change that's going to cause a transformation within you. Where there's going to be more acceptance of yourself. But I don't know, I get the feeling from this that a change is needed if you are involved in a relationship or situation where you're having difficulty with accepting parts of yourself that, you value. Because again, there's that part of it where it's like you're selling yourself short. But again, it's like this tower moment. It really talks about preparing yourself for change. And it's in order for you to come out of a dark place. When you look at Her Last Day in the Light, this is like remembering what happened before the sudden changes or shifts. But a renewal in you and a transformation that's needed. You're overall the Page of Swords. Ugh, why? Okay. So this could be difficult communication that's requiring you to find out more information. These are the kinds of things that you don't really want to hear. And there's like half-truths here. But we'll see how the Page of Swords is playing out, because, this is an opportunity for you to kind of get the full picture on something, though, too. Now, in the past, the Nine of Wands, this is, being on guard, being protective, being very careful about what you're letting in. It's the wounded warrior, so clearly whatever you've dealt with in the past, you've been through a lot. And there may be some information coming through that you don't want to hear, that you've just kind of been trying to block out. But this may be happening so that, the transformation can happen, right? Okay, in the present, the Seven of Cups. What I feel like here is that you may feel like the options that are available to you aren't really realistic. Because this is daydreaming. And there's this emotional attachment to specific outcomes with the Seven of Cups, but there's this confusion. And that may be because of this information that's coming through. But there's a part of you that, has been blocked off. So some of you may literally be looking at the options in front of you as like they're not realistic. But we'll see what's going on here. Okay. Future conditions, the Three of Swords. So we're talking about heartbreak. And again, it's coming from difficult communication here with the Page of Swords. But the thing is it's only a part of the information. But I don't know that you thought that, what's happening here was even an option. But going into the Three of Swords, we're talking about heartbreak, right? And with the Page of Swords, it's difficult information that may be bringing up past heartbreak and pain. And I say that because you're coming in with the Nine of Wands. For others of you, it may cause, this feeling of heartbreak because you're having to separate from something that is no longer an option for you. But the thing is I'm wondering if you didn't let something in where you've been so guarded. It's almost like I let my wall down and now this information's coming through. My options don't seem very clear, and then, you're experiencing this kind of like heartbreak. Your best path to follow, the Hangman, so a different perspective. And what I feel like here is this being your advice, we're talking about things being in a state of limbo, right? Kind of being stalled. So it may be that what is coming through to you, again, is not the full picture. And you may need to look at this situation differently. Because whatever this is, it's blocking you from options, is what I feel like. And then there also is this kind of feeling of like giving up on something. But I feel like, in the past here with the Nine of Wands, we're talking about the guard being up and you may have let it down. Because, that's the only way that heartbreak is coming through. But here, besides the different perspective, I feel like you need to just let things stay on hold. Like, don't act. But this is not the full picture. But the thing is I'm wondering here with this Page of Swords, this is either communication coming into you or you communicating the heartbreak that you may be feeling based on limited information. That's what I want to say. And it may be, hey, Libra, just hang on a second here. You may be reacting to, again, not the full picture, not the full story, only partial information. In your environment, the Four of Wands with the Seven of Cups. Ooh, okay, so here we're talking about celebrating new stability. The problem is with the Seven of Cups here, it's like you just don't see a clear option to that, or your options have become limited. And there's like uncertainty, I think, as to, how you want to act or what choices you're going to make. But the whole purpose here is getting to a place of stability. So we're talking about you building a new foundation for yourself where there may have been a lot of instability before. The problem is I'm wondering if this isn't about somebody or some kind of information that's limiting your field of view in terms of what is available to you. And I look back at your oracle cards and we're talking about sudden changes. and anything being possible. But you may not see that right now, right? But you're in the process here of building a better foundation for yourself, something worth celebrating with the Four of Wands, right? Regardless of the heartbreak. Like, I feel like you're finally like letting that in, but it's coming through that garbage, right? I'm not a fan of the Page of Swords. It's not the kind of communication you want. Your hopes and your fears, the Six of Pentacles, this is like, hey, I need a little bit of assistance. This is equal give and take, you know, and balance, right? But I feel like here for you, it's like, meet me halfway. But I don't think that that's what you're experiencing here. But that's because of something that's not exactly true, if that makes sense. You know, but hoping for equal give and take here in this situation. But I really feel like you're coming into this like letting your guard down. And then coming out, you have the Eight of Pentacles. So putting in some work, putting in some effort here. For some of you, it may be that you start focusing on your work and perfecting something within your life after, you know, realizing that something, you know, was not meant for you. And I mean that in that, you know, it's not like you have a dream, but it's not meant for you. No, it's the options that are available aren't to your best potential, I think is the best way to put it. The Six of Cups. So again, right, like going back to the past and this feeling of like being on guard. The Nine of Swords. Okay. And then you have the Eight of Swords, and this may be where the work is coming through and letting go of the past, because the thoughts surrounding it are not helpful to you and they've been keeping you stuck. So perspective is going to be changing on the situation. And I think you're going to be stepping away. I think that some of you may have let your guard down, and that may be because of nostalgic feelings. But what you're hearing is giving you the impression that, you know, there is no option here moving forward to this kind of stability. So I feel like what you're doing here is creating something different for yourself. And that's coming out of like really difficult thoughts. You know, it's like your mind won't let you forget the pain of the past. You know, and this is also kind of clearing up the negative thoughts about, you know, the hopes that you had about potential options here. With a situation where, you know, again, you're getting this communication that's like leaving you heartbroken. But you're still working on a better foundation for yourself. And it may be, you know, making this sacrifice of, I need to just see this differently, but not do anything toward this anymore. And then again, with the Eight of Swords here, we're talking about your thoughts being stuck with this heartbreak. But this may be enough to kind of like kick you in the butt and do, you know, the hard work. The hard work to change a situation where there is more equal give and take for you. You know, again, I still feel like what you're doing here is creating a better foundation for yourself. Where instead of focusing on the things that, you know, are not for your highest potential, right? Like there's this more of a focus of, okay, I need to change my perspective away from this. But this Page of Swords, what I feel like here, again, is like this kind of like half truth, half communication, something you didn't want to hear, didn't want to know about, something that, you know, you may have let your guard down on. And it changes the way that you see your options. And there is this heartbreak and separation. But I still feel like there's a need to see it differently, right? Intuition, so needing to trust what your intuition is telling you. Birth. The birth of something new, and then you have inner power. Your intuition is your inner power, and it can bring to life better options for you if you've been stuck in a certain way of seeing things and thinking that only certain things are available to you. This is an opportunity for you to build a completely different foundation for yourself. And I feel like, you know, a lot of times with the Seven of Cups and looking at the Three of Swords, you could be talking about like future faking. You know, somebody making promises that they can't keep, looking at the Page of Swords, right? But this is the birth of something new. And it's directly related to your intuition being your inner power. Miracles, expect the wondrous to emerge. And then staying focused, hold the course. Don't let somebody else influence the options that you see available to you for your future. That's what I want to say. Because this is all about accepting parts of yourself that you may have rejected, that have been criticized, that have been affected by relationships, certain situations that's left you on guard, right? But something is changing here. You know, this is a good tower moment, I feel like, for you. It's a sudden change, but it's a change that leads to this kind of transformation where you're no longer looking at options that aren't realistic for you anymore. You know, especially if we're talking about future faking within a relationship, right? And that's going to be for some of you because of it leading to this heartbreak. But you start putting in some serious work, and you may totally change your focus with that Eight of Pentacles. And I think the whole purpose here is to release you from constantly thinking about past situations that have left you stuck. Because I really feel like, Libra, here we're talking about a completely new foundation that's being built for you, something completely new being birthed. Miracles happening in your life, but focus, right? Focus on your inner power, which is your intuition. Always trust what it's telling you.